Like, I truly think the wellness side is going to surpass the aesthetics, because you can look beautiful on the outside, but if you feel crappy and you don't have good energy and like, good cognitive thinking and gut health, like none of that matters. I was reading something the other day that says we have thousands of problems when we're feeling good. We have one problem when we're not feeling good. We want to feel better. Revamp your online reputation. 91% of customers check reviews before they book. 91%. And it's not just about getting 50 reviews and stopping. You have to continuously get them. Hey, what's up, everybody? Cam Hemphill here, your host for the Medical Millionaire podcast. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. My goal is to give incredible value and insight for all practice owners or potential practice owners. The truth is, guys, I have been in the medical aesthetics and wellness industry for over a decade. I built one of the most successful agencies that worked with thousands of practices, thousands of providers, and I have seen practices go from 0 to 8 figures. I have seen practices go from 0 to 6 figures and back down to 0. I've seen practices open, scale, grow, implement success strategies, and wonderful formula creation for long-term growth. And unfortunately, I've seen others have to close their doors. I went to the first American MedSpa conference, guys, in Las Vegas. This was roughly 8 years ago. I know what it takes to grow a successful business. And that is the main purpose of all of these episodes that I create. I've always said the most successful practices are truly the best marketers. This is a marketing business first. It's a sales business second. If nobody knows who you are, you're never going to be found. If you can't convert patients into long-term treatment plans that put your patients in a position to keep coming back, they are going to go elsewhere. The whole entire point is to let people know what you do, tell them who you are, how you help them, how you serve them, continuously push content out there, and get patients flowing into the practice. This is a marketing game. You have to have systems to capture these potential eyeballs, these potential leads, and put them into a mechanical solution that's going to automatically follow up with them and get them on your books for life. You want patients for life. You don't want a one-time patient. You want patients for life. They need to come to you as the provider that's going to put them in a position to gain confidence and respect for themselves. They want to be the best version of themselves, and it's up to you to give them that. So what I want to get into today is truly what success looks like. We are currently in an amazing opportunity. We live in an amazing world. And times couldn't be more interesting with all the stuff taking place with AI and technology and treatment advances. This is the time to take market share. Block out the noise. The med spa and wellness world is booming. It's going to continue to boom, but not for everyone. In a market where the average med spa generates 1.4 million annually, some are scaling to 8 figures, while others are quietly closing their doors. So what separates the winners from the ones that are wondering what went wrong? Are you guys in any of the Facebook groups? There's a lot of Facebook groups out there. There's closed ones, there's open ones. Every single day when I'm in there, somebody is putting something up for sale, whether it's their entire practice, it's a piece of equipment, it's inventory. I constantly see people asking, hey, how do you market your med spa? Does social media work? Do ads work? How important are Google reviews? What do people think about Vagaro or Boulevard or Growth 99 or whatever? What do people think about Terry Ross and her consulting? Like what conferences should we go to? I constantly see these questions, constantly. And it's interesting to me because the data is already there. The data shows you what you need to be doing. We now have been in the industry long enough that companies like Galderma, companies like Allergan, companies like Benev, companies like Boulevard or Repeat MD or Perk or Growth 99 have put themselves in a position to survey the industry, capture data, and then understand what works, what does not work, and truly how to get yourself in a position for success. So that's what I want to go through with you guys. Again, the average med spa, 1.4 million. Some go to 8 figures, some go to multi-location, and others honestly close their doors. And I see it every single day. I see like success and failure in this industry every single day. And that's what creates opportunity, is the volatility. It's almost like a volatility time, just like what's happening in the stock market right now. It's almost happening in the medical aesthetic space, right? I saw Terry Ross recently post a stat that said the aesthetics industry is down 17% this quarter. Well, okay, that's fine. What's wrong with that, right? What it's going to do is it's going to weed out the people that are not taking their practice seriously. Think of it this way. Back in 2020 through 2023, let's call it, if you're a real estate agent or a loan officer or an appraiser, anything to do with the real estate industry, you were making money. You were almost like an order taker. You literally were an order taker. I moved my family from Salt Lake City, Utah to Inlet Beach, Florida. You could not negotiate to buy a home. This was in 2020 or 2022. You could not negotiate. The price was what it was, and if you didn't like it, get out of the way because somebody else is behind you. And everything's inflated, everything's out of control, and it was crazy. And the real estate agents, guys, that I was working with were not the most professional, seasoned real estate agents. I think they maybe have had their license for 6 months or a year or 2 years. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because an interesting data point came out last year in that industry, showing that only 20% of real estate agents did a deal in 2024. 20%, that means the 80% who actually had a real estate license didn't do one single transaction. So we can relate this to the medical aesthetics and wellness industry, can't we? We've seen the industry boom. And you know what? The best part about it is most people from the real estate standpoint, they only buy one home every 7 years. That's typically on average. The only reason I know this stuff, guys, I pay attention to it. I own real estate. I used to actually run a real estate team years ago in my previous life. But there's a lot of takeaway from it because the interesting part is your patients keep coming back. They won't come back if you don't put them on a treatment plan. They won't come back if you don't connect with them. They won't come back if you put them on some sort of membership system, some sort of reward system, some sort of patient financing system that keeps them in their ecosystem. And you connect with them on Instagram and Facebook and follow up and have great charting in your EMR and build a relationship and truly build a model that's going to put their journey into success. If you think people are just going to come in and do Botox and, you know, you're going to make $400 or $500 here, or you're going to make like $1,000 on this treatment or whatever it is, and you're happy and you have no systematic solution to bring them back into your practice, you're going to lose every single time. Patient retention is the number one KPI that will show you on how to stay open. It's one thing to open your practice. It's another thing to stay open. This takes a ton of work. It's expensive. There's risk. There's downside. There's enormous upside. The upside is you're changing people's lives and you're making money along the way. What an amazing opportunity. So let's take the time on this episode today and really analyze your practice. Let's get into some of the data. Okay. So let's talk about it. 83% of MedSpa customers are regulars, and 68% go monthly. Now, this is according to the data that I have from AmSpa, Repeat MD, Zenoti, Boulevard, Aesthetic Record, Galderma, Allergan, Growth 99, Perk, and a lot of these other financing companies, technology companies, SaaS companies, They have a ton of data because they have a lot of patient information and they have a lot of provider information. So what I've done is I've kind of consolidated all the data and I've analyzed it. And it's very interesting because you can actually, when you have your benchmarks, when you have your true KPIs, guys, and you know what those are, it's really hard to fail unless you just truly like don't want to show up and run your practice, right? And I don't think that's like what you guys want to do. I think there's mainly more confusion, and you keep showing up and want to see success. But there's something there. If you don't know your benchmarks, your KPIs, the industry standard, then that's where things are happening. It doesn't matter if you switch from Vagaro to Boulevard or Boulevard to Zenoti or, Studio 3 to Growth 99 or Growth 99 to whatever. Guess it doesn't matter. You have to know your numbers and your benchmarks first and like who you are and where you're positioned first. Okay. So practices that generate $2 million in revenue are more likely to offer memberships, e-commerce, and automated retention campaigns. So if you want to break through, the data shows if you want to break through the $2 million annual revenue barrier, you have to have something in place that's going to make sure that these people come back. You need your patients to be sticky. And honestly, they want to be sticky. They want to come back. They don't want to hop around everywhere. It's almost like not worth their time to hop around to try to save a buck here, save a buck there. I mean, imagine like all the patient forms they have to fill out, going through town. Like they want to build a relationship with a provider that they trust and that they can rely on. So bring them back. Bring them back. One of the most profound things that I have seen recently, guys, is patient financing. We live in a world where there's a lot of volatility. The whole Trump tariff thing that's going on, Elon Musk, I get on social media, the news, it's like, I thought it would settle down, but it's just like everybody's switched to fear and just a different narrative, right? So you have to look at that and say, how can I block out the noise and position myself? So understand your numbers, understand your benchmarks. Okay. Patient financing is going to be a game changer for you. And I'm not talking about like the traditional like cherry stuff or traditional care credit stuff. I know this stuff's been out there, patient fi. I'm talking about like truly thinking about getting yourself in a position to have like in-house financing. You guys become the bank. You guys become the membership offering. You guys have the opportunity to actually put yourself in a position to offer something to your patients where they pay monthly. They pay something monthly to you. And you get them on a treatment plan that's truly going to take time, and it's a journey. They're aging every day while you're trying to anti-age them. It's on the wellness side or the aesthetic side. I don't care what it is. Both. If you're really crushing it, you should do both. A patient should be aesthetic and wellness for you. And I see a lot of practice owners that are doing that very successfully. I still see others that are trying to figure that out. The goal, guys, and again, I'll go back to the very beginning. You have to be an incredible marketer. And it doesn't mean you have to be the best person on Instagram. It doesn't mean you have to have the best website. It means that you have to put yourself out there. You have to hit every channel, like SEO, reviews, website, social media, podcasts. A lot of you aren't doing podcasts yet. The amount of audio and transcription you can push to your website is crazy for SEO. YouTube, very underutilized. Before and afters, very underutilized. That's the first channel because people have to know who you are. The leads come in, you massage them, you follow up, you have CRM, you have EMR, you have online booking, you have all this stuff. Where everybody is missing is bringing them back. Bringing them back. MedSpa says 68% go monthly. I think that's high. Shoot, my wife doesn't go to a MedSpa monthly, maybe every other month. Okay, and she's like your ideal customer profile, by the way. So the practice owners that are throttling in between that like 1 million to 1.5 million, and you guys are operating at right around 20 to 30% net income, you're making great money. But if you want to put yourself in a spot to where you're making $500,000 a year, you have to break through the $2 million top line revenue barrier. And the data simply shows you have to bring your patients back. And not only do you have to bring them back, but you have to increase the cost per visit. Super, super important, guys. Run the numbers. You have 20 patients that come in a month. Let's just say 30. So one a day. 30 patients, and I know that's like on the low end for a lot of you. 30 patients that come in a month, and they all spend, MedSpa says the average patient spend is $550 based on their survey. So run the numbers, right? 30 times 550. What if they were spending $1,000? Why aren't they spending $1,000? I'll tell you why. It's because they either A, don't have the money, or B, you haven't told them about everything that you're able to offer them. So why not take the time to introduce some sort of patient financing mechanism? A patient financing mechanism that puts them in a position to pay a low barrier of entry, a monthly fee. Maybe it's a monthly fee. They buy a $10,000 service treatment from you, or $5,000 or whatever, they pay a monthly fee. Maybe they put a down payment down, they pay a monthly fee. What is that going to do? It makes them an auto member. They're an auto member. They want the treatments and services. They want to come back. This makes it basically mandatory for them to come back. Now, let's say you're the best marketer and you're an incredible salesperson. And I'm not saying cheeseball Charlie salesperson, right? I am talking, you are an educator. You tell your patients how to get the result they're looking for, and here is the services and treatments they need, and here is the time it's going to take, and here's the plan, and here's the cost. And if you truly want to change your life, because I have seen patients, I have seen lives change in this industry. You guys know it. I know it. I have seen it. I have seen the most incredible transformation of patients. Whether it's invasive, non-invasive, just skin treatment in general. GLP-1s with compounded aesthetics. I mean, they want to come back. Make it easy for them. Marketing, sales, conversions, CRM, EMRs, patient financing. Make it easy. Don't let the husband see the $5,000 credit card bill. We all get pissed at that. But you know what? I think you could probably slip in a $200 monthly bill. Probably not going to see that. For some people, I'm not saying all, but for some, it's going to open up the opportunity for more patients to come to your practice, and it's going to close the loop for them to come back. I'm telling you guys, this is the new world. We all pay subscription fees. Whether it's the gym membership, it's Netflix, it's your audio music player, it's whatever it is. Like, I went through my memberships the other day, and I'm pretty frugal, guys. Like, I look at my finances on a very, very regular basis. I have everything that ports into QuickBooks. I have classes based on all my businesses that I have. I tie everything every single Friday morning. I go through this and I pull in all transactions from all bank accounts, and I class everything up. I look at my P&Ls on all my classes, my cost of goods sold, my vendor costs, everything inside of my QuickBooks file. I have a bird's eye view of what's happening, and I can tell you exactly how much subscription fees I have, which ones are high, which ones are low. There's a ton of tools out there that will do it. I think Rocket Money has an incredible tool, right? But instead of getting sidetracked, we are used to memberships. In fact, I prefer a monthly bill over a big bill. And everybody does. Shoot, you can go buy an airline ticket right now. Like last time I was checking out for Delta, it was like, do you want to pay this over time? I thought that was kind of interesting. Maybe that there's like there's some risk or downside or upside, whatever it is. But hey, you know what? For me, I'm always looking at cash flow, and I know consumers are always looking at cash flow. Even on the luxury side, I was on a website the other day, I think it was like Dolce & Gabbana. You can pay for shoes over time. So this new world is like very common. We're used to memberships. Now we're going to be used to getting things that we want that are either material or service-based treatments, and we're going to be able to pay for them over time. I want you to start thinking about that. Okay? I want you to continuously keep in touch with your clients. Most practices are not doing a great job of this, guys. You have the tech. If you don't have the right EMR that's going to send out a mass text or a mass email, or CRM, mass text, mass email, or something that can even do like a one-to-one DMs to social media. You need to have this in place. Following up with your patients after the visit is more important than following up with your patients before the visit. We all know that you do a great job of making sure they show up to the appointment because that's money. You guys sell time. That's money. Do a better job of getting them back. Do a better job of staying in touch with them after their treatment. After their treatment. Guys, I have seen my wife go into, she's gotten some work done over the years, right? You know, it's all you ladies do. You know, you have babies, you grow up, whatever. Some of these plastic surgeons that I've worked with, because I mean, they're like, you know, putting her under anesthesia and, you know, like transformational stuff. They never follow up with her, the surgeon. It's always like the provider's assistant or front, you know, staff, which, like, look, that's fine. But she's never gone back. I was just thinking about this. She's never gone back. Now she has, you know, medical aesthetics practices that she goes to and she goes back. You guys are not doing a good enough job of staying in touch with your patients after the visit. Phone calls, text messages, emails, DM them. It's critical, guys. Because look, we're going to continue to get services and treatments done, whether it's now or 10 years from now. Why not go to your practice for the next 10 years? And if I spend $1,000 a month with you every month, that's $12,000 a year, times that by 10, what is that, guys? $120,000. That is what I'm worth to you. And that's why it's so important to put marketing first, because you have every patient that you get, you really should be looking at them as a 6-figure opportunity. And put the money second. Put the outcome first. Give them the desired outcome. Make them a patient for life. You'll find that you'll actually have to spend less money on paid marketing, like paid social, paid Google. Because when you give somebody the ultimate experience, when you set expectations, when you put them in a position to really, really change and see the journey and the transformation and the progress, they are a patient for life, and they're going to come see you even more. If you bring on a new piece of equipment that you didn't have, tell the audience, tell your patient base, email them, text them. Right? You have to keep good records, though. You have to really, really keep good records in your charting and understanding who your patients are and build a relationship with them. In fact, like, if it was me, I'd almost have like a concierge team that is like client concierge first, and they know everything about you. And it's almost like, instead of looking at it when a lead hits, like a new potential patient, and like you have a text go out and you have an email go out, and maybe like you do a DM and a phone call, and then if they don't answer, you know, the next day you make a phone call. Like, obviously that's my wheelhouse. I've built CRM systems for 20 years, and I pioneered CRM for the medical aesthetics industry. I brought it to the medical aesthetics industry, guys. CRM and process automation is my wheelhouse. But what about post-patient visit? I haven't seen anything out there that is really revolutionary that you can just click a button and it will start sending out text messages or emails or all of this amazing campaign post-treatment. Like, there's obviously patient reminders, come back, you can do a mass email. And that's what you have today. And that's like, you have to have a system in place today, right? So start looking at your post-patient as the opportunity and treating them almost like a new lead to come back. I'm telling you guys, if you do this, you're going to increase your patient retention dramatically. Okay. So let's look at the story of struggle for a sec. I'm going to show you, I'm going to highlight some data. This is real data, guys. 69% of med spas make under $1 million a year. 69%. Let that sink in for a second. 77% find market differentiation very difficult. 77. It's like almost you guys are all selling the same thing. You have to have a value proposition. I'm going back to the marketing stuff here. Where the story of struggle goes wrong. Most of you make under $1 million in sales. 77% of the public can't understand why they should go to you over the other practice. It's because you don't have something special to offer. You don't have a signature treatment, right? You haven't narrowed in on your true value proposition to the public. This is the wake-up call one, guys. Most spend less than $2,500 a month on marketing, and they expect rapid growth. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. You can't be doing $1 million a year and spending $2,500 a month on marketing. That's like below benchmark. Benchmark is 10 to 15% of top line revenue. So if you're doing $1 million a year, you should be doing $100,000 a month in marketing. Sorry, $100,000 a year. $1 million a year is 10%. $1 million a year, $100,000 a year in marketing. Like you should, especially if you want to get to 2 million. You can throttle that down once your retention score goes up. Once your utilization rates go up, you can throttle that down. Once you introduce a financing mechanism where they come back, once you have systematic solutions where you actually treat them like a new lead post initial treatment, that's a big one. But I cannot believe that most spend $2,500 a month on marketing and expect rapid growth. The math isn't there, guys. The average cost per lead is like $130. So do the math, $2,500 a month, $130 a lead. Like, I just don't, the math is not mathing. So in the Facebook groups, when people are like, hey, does marketing work? Yeah, but if you like try your campaigns for 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5 months and you're not seeing the results, it's because something's broken. There's a reason why Facebook and Meta sells billions of dollars in advertising, because it works. If it didn't work, they would just shut it down. Same with Google. It works. You have to do it right. And then once they come in, guys, like I've been on, you guys know I'm like big time marketer. Get them to come back. Make that part of your new plan. Here's some pain points for you. I see a lot of weak branding out there. No clear USP. There's just no clear USP. So look at your brand. Take the time over the weekend. Look at your brand. Like, I see very little marketing automation and data tracking. I ask so many practice owners, what's your CPL? What's your patient acquisition cost? What's your conversion rates? 9 out of 10 tell me they don't give me the answers. I mean, literally over in the 10 years I've been doing this, guys, and working with thousands of practices, I have asked, do you know what your patient acquisition cost is, your retention score, your utilization rate, and your customer acquisition cost is? I bet you I have only gotten those answers on my 2 hands. No joke. Now, it's getting better. The tools are getting better. The sophistication of practice ownership is getting better. There's a lot of consulting out there. It's getting better, which is wonderful. But again, I'm talking about the story of struggle right now. Okay? Quick little story highlight. A promising MedSpa launches during a boom year, but due to the lack of digital presence, no reviews, and inconsistent follow-up, it bleeds money on leads and burns out in 24 months. Let that sink in. I don't want that to be you. I want you guys to win. And here's a quick market reality check. The industry is cooling, but that's just short-time pain for long-time gain. Okay? This is just like short-term uncertainty. If you zoom out, long-term, this is going to be wonderful. Consumer data. Consumer spending is softening due to inflation, but the industry still expects to hit $21 billion by 2025. Last year, we did $17 billion. Great increase. Non-surgical aesthetics hit $15 billion in 2023, a 4% year-over-year increase. New med spas opening increased 17% in 2023, creating more competition. More competition, industry growth, only 4%, but we are still expected to do $21 billion in 2025. You want to know why? because we want to look good and we want to feel good. As a patient, we are going to give you money to help us out. More people are going to be investing in longevity than ever before. Like, I truly think the wellness side is going to surpass the aesthetic side. Because you can look beautiful on the outside, but if you feel crappy and you don't have good energy and good cognitive thinking and gut health, none of that matters. I was reading something the other day that says we have thousands of problems when we're feeling good. We have one problem when we're not feeling good. We want to feel better. Right? So that's why patients are going to continue to invest in, regenerative health, longevity, wellness. So let's talk about how to win in 2025, guys. I'm going to break the formula down for you. It's positioning plus personalization plus predictable revenue, and that equals profit. Positioning, personalization, and predictable revenue, that equals profit. How do you do that? Positioning, find your niche. Don't just be the Botox bar. Please don't just be the Botox bar. What is your positioning? What is your true value proposition? And if you're having a hard time figuring it out, look at your competition and say, why are they crushing it? It's because they have a value prop. Personalization, AI, CRM, tech stack. I am so big on tech, guys. You could be mediocre at business and a process-oriented machine with tech, and you're gonna win. You have to have a sophisticated website, CRM, lead form captures, chatbots, online bookings, sophisticated EHRs, systematic follow-up solutions, patient financing. You have to have these tools. You have to, if you want to stay open. And I want you to stay open. Predictable revenue, subscriptions, online booking, review automation. You have to continuously get reviews. People always look at reviews. They're going to trust reviews over their friends and family. The data shows that. Podium put the data out there. The data shows that. So let's give you some actions. Build or revamp your online reputation. 91% of customers check reviews before they book. 91%. And it's not just about getting 50 reviews and stopping. You have to continuously get them. And Google recently came out with keywords on reviews. Keywords. So instead of just asking for a review, ask for the review based on the treatment they received. Get more creative. Get them to index the word Botox, right? Something like that. Automate your marketing funnel. You have to automate your marketing funnel, guys. When these leads come in, whether it's a phone call, whether it's a form fill, whether it's a booking, whether it's a chatbot, centralize it, automate it, follow up, convert it, patient, bring them in, great experience, and then recycle that patient to bring them back in. Patient financing, patient financing, patient financing. Open the world up to other people to have the opportunity to get services and treatments done. Not everybody can spend $5,000, guys. Not everybody can do it. So build that up. Embrace memberships, embrace financing, invest in tech. That's it, guys. I hope you guys found this super valuable. My number one ask, guys, is if you found this particular episode valuable, please just share it with your colleagues. I want to help as many practice owners or potential practice owners as I can. That's my goal, is to help you. I want nothing in return. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Until next time, happy injecting.